Right, let's go for some more quickies.
Let's
Don.
do it.
Only a few days before the end of the transfer window, where will Alexander Isak be on September 2nd? I have to ask you, as a former Liverpool player, as a Newcastle fan, you're right in there.
I'm a
what
bit
do you think?
bored with it. Honestly, just get him gone.
No, fair enough.
Get him gone. Take the money
you think
now.
for Newcastle, take the money?
I think it's got that far. I think it's toxic. I don't agree that he's went on strike. I still think the club should fine him 2 weeks' wages and give that to a local charity. I've got no idea why they haven't fined him, because he is in breach of contract.
Yeah.
But I think it's getting to the point now where it's hard for Newcastle fans to try and accept him and ask Eddie Howe and the players to try and get him back into the squad. You're getting a good player. But he's missed the pre-season.
Yeah.
He goes away with Sweden. Wouldn't surprise me if he got injured.
Yeah.
Or wouldn't surprise me if he came back semi-injured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it's gone that far now. I think just get the 130 million, buy a couple of players, try and strengthen the team, because it's just an ugly look.
You don't
I'd
think the
sack my
fans would
agent.
forgive him?
I'd sack my agent if I was him. No, truthfully.
I mean, there's
I would
something
sack my agent on the spot, because the advice he's give Alexander Isak is shocking.
I know.
Your agent should not be telling you to go on strike and not play for your club.
I know.
That's terrible advice.
I know. You don't think the Newcastle fans would forgive him?
In the short term, no, and I think they'll never forget. But we know how football works.
Yeah.
You score the
Few
winner
goals.
against Sunderland.
Yeah.
You know they'll accept it. But the worst thing about what Alexander Isak's done is the Newcastle fans won't forget. And then what happens come December when the January window opens again?
Yeah.
Does he not play again because he wants his move in January?
Yeah.
Or what happens next summer?
Yeah, no.
So I just think it's a very, very ugly look.
Do you think he should have had a new contract already, which was not given to him, with maybe a bit of a pay rise to kind of not keep him sweet? Because this is wrong to say, because he's already on a lot of money and stuff like that. But one of his points is like, the club hasn't really treated me that well.
It's a bit complex, because I think the new contract got offered while the former owner and Amanda Staveley was there. They're no longer at the football club.
Yes.
And I think the current owner, and Jamie Rubin went to meet Alexander Isak at his house the other day, the day of the game. So we'll never know what was said.
Yeah.
But you would surmise what the owners would have said to Alexander Isak is stay and we'll give you a new contract.
Yeah.
Now, we've heard nothing from either camp. What was the answer to that?
Yeah.
Did Alexander Isak say, I'm going to stay, I'll sign my new deal? If he does, then it's about the money.
Yeah.
If he said, which is what we're hearing, no, I still want Liverpool.
Yeah.
Then I think as the owner, and you look him in the eyes, and he says, I want to move. Now, there's two schools of thought. Are you buckling and allowing the player to leave?
Yeah.
Or do you do what's best for Newcastle and get the 130 million and sell him, move on and bring players in?
You know, I've said it before.
I would get rid now.
I think the Saudi owners are thinking like, you don't try to force her to sell him if you're Liverpool.
But then what happens if he goes away with Sweden and gets this injury?
Yeah,
then you're not going to have him
for
2 months.
I know.
Because that's the scenario I can see happening.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. I've seen how this movie.
Yeah.
I've seen how it ends.
Yeah.
You know, and he might get a genuine injury where he's not.
But then they would
fit.
have done it. But then if you let him go 2 weeks ago, and then you've got plenty of time to replace him.
Well,
not
maybe
2 days.
No,
2 weeks.
Well, maybe the 2 weeks was trying to get
Convince
Alexander
him
Isak
to
to get him a new contract, and it's took this amount of time. And also, Newcastle haven't got number 9s in, and the fact that Anthony Gordon's now got a 3-game ban, it will lead you to think, well, they need Isak even more. But they need 2 strikers even more.
Yeah.
So if you get 130 in now for Isak, who doesn't want to play for Newcastle, he's told the fans, he's told the club, now do what's right for the club, get as much money as you can, go and buy replacements and move on. You're losing a good player, great player. But it's going to take Liverpool a month to get him up to speed.
Yeah,
he hasn't had a pre-season. So that's someone else's problem.
Yeah, I know.
And then talking of problems, Newcastle now, Jules, are going to try and find another number 9. They've struggled all summer.
Yeah, do you remember they struggled with Wissa and the valuation between Brentford and them? And now they had another bid rejected for Jürgen Strand-Larsen at Wolves, £55 million, which is a lot of money, really. But I think he's a very good player and will be very good for Newcastle. They've got good crossover.
But the longer it goes on, Wolves will say 60.
Yeah.
65.
And also Wolves in a replacement too.
Yeah.
You know, so at some point, they probably would be happy to sell him for a certain amount, but then they need enough time to be able to buy a backup when he's gone. And if you do that deal on the 31st of September of August or 1st of September, they won't have time. So they will say, no, we need a replacement.
And the funny thing is, if you look at Newcastle's window, and say Isak moves on to Liverpool, and they've signed Jacob Ramsey, they've signed Alanga, signed Ramsdale. If it was Wissa and Strand-Larsen, you go, it's a hell of a window, by the way.
It's good, absolutely.
Losing a good player, don't get me wrong, but
true,
still a fantastic window.
No, I agree.
Donnarumma to Man City, what's happening there?
Well, the clock is ticking. As for Isak, as we said, there's only 3 days left and before the end of the transfer window. PSG and City are still talking, negotiating.
This is a weird one, isn't it?
He's not a right fit, right?
No, but is it Guardiola saying, I've got one more year? Someone else's problem.
That's what I think. It's a very short-termist
Definitely.
decision. But PSG ideally wanted 40 million euros. City were just happy to give 15 or 20.
Yeah.
Could they meet in the middle at 30? Probably, but then City can't sign Donnarumma if Ederson is still at the club, and for now Ederson is still at the club. And by the time you listen to this show or watch it, it might not be. Ederson might be at Galatasaray.
They bid about 3 million.
Yeah.
City won about 8 or 10.
Yeah, 10. So they're still a long way apart. So I don't know what's going to happen. But the clubs are talking. It would be, I think, bad news for PSG if Donnarumma stayed, because he's not going to play. So you're going to pay him for nothing, and he's on a lot of money. And for City, I can't tell you if it's a better thing if they sign him or if they don't sign him, because I think this is mess up Trafford. And again, I'm not sure Donnarumma is the right fit for the Premier League, considering how bad he is on crosses and set pieces.
Yeah.
And for City, considering how bad he is in his distribution.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
It's weird. It's
really got goalkeeper, absolute no man's land.
And you know what, Don? I think, and maybe you're right. Maybe it's just Pep saying, like, I've got one more year. On his line, he's the best in the world. He's going to win me a game. That's enough. And maybe that's...
It feels that's the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's not the worst with these feet. Just deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't take any chances. Because you saw the goal that Trafford give away last weekend by playing it from the back.
Yeah. So let's see. Adrien Rabiot is also in that squad, despite all the argy-bargy.
I love it. You love that, don't you, argy-bargy?
Love argy-bargy. And talking about him, Don, Tottenham are interested, like West Ham.
Yeah.
Not so much about Spurs and West Ham in itself, but do you think Rabiot at 30
Perfect.
would be a good fit for the Premier League?
Been linked with Milan as well.
Yeah.
Perfect player. Loads of experience. Physical.
Yeah.
Can handle the ball.
He's strong.
Can fight when he hasn't got the ball. I think there was ever a player, even at 30, to come to the Premier League and just settle in within 5 minutes. It's Rabiot.
I agree.
I think he's a brilliant player. He's very underrated. I think he's the type of player that you'll know better than me, but when he's in a dressing room, he's a leader.
Yeah, definitely.
That's probably why the reason that De Zerbi's probably fell out with him.
Yeah,
off the back of the argy-bargy. Because he cares so much.
Yeah.
But in terms of the career that he's had and the player that he is and still is, I think he's a brilliant player.
Yeah, I agree. I would love him in the Premier League. Marseille is still maybe trying to keep him.
Yeah.
Realizing what a mistake it would be to let him go now after all of this.
Is it too far gone, or is there a way back?
It's just like
the owner likes him, right?
Yeah, everybody likes him. But there was that incident with Jonathan Rowe, but then they almost insulted his mum, which might be a bit of a like...
There's a line.
Yeah, from the family, it's a bit like, we want it up. So let's see.
Yeah, Akalouche you mentioned before, bright young player.
Yeah, so Tottenham and City are keen on him. Maybe not as in enough to sign him just now. But if you think about Tottenham, who tried Morgan Gibbs-White, that didn't happen. Tried Eze, didn't happen. Looking at Paqueta, that might happen from West Ham. But they also have a plan B and a plan C.
West Ham sell Paqueta.
I mean, like this I think they go down.
Yeah.
If they sell Paqueta, they go down.
100%.
And Akalouche is part of that kind of plan B, plan C, if you want. Monaco would like 60 to 70 million euros, so 50 to 60 million pounds. And he's 23 years old. He's got such a strong engine for a young player. Can run and run and run. Great left foot, can play wide, central. Yes, yeah, definitely. Lovely. Paris born and bred, obviously, which makes him even more special, as you know.
50 million on top of the price tag straight away.
Yeah, that's the Paris born and bred tax. Here you go. Thank you very much. I would love to see it happen either to Spurs or City.
Which is the better fit? Spurs?
Yeah, I think so. And also, I think he'll have more game time there. The competition at City. Yeah. I'll worry already for Cherki not to play enough. Yeah. So for Marnes too. But I love the fact that at least those clubs are aware that he's there. And if it doesn't happen this summer, it might happen in January or next summer for sure.
Yeah. Jeremy Pino is on his way to Palace, Jules. Good signing?
Yes, the replacement, or one of the replacement for Eberechi Eze, of course. Different profile, more of a winger, pure winger, a bit more like Ismail Assar than an inside 10 if you want, like Eze was.
Yeah.
Was really promising at the beginning, then a really bad injury 2 seasons ago. Last season was much better in terms of assists. I think he hit 9 assists in La Liga and a few goals as well. Great dribbler, a lot of pace still despite the injury. So I think this could be a good fit for them. Just don't expect him to play like Eze, because if you're a Crystal Palace fan, very different style of player.